The guy in he's in Phantom Menace. Almost wrecks the whole thing. It's got talks funny. He's got the big thing. The like under his chin. It's like the big. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? Huh? What's his name?
Boss Nass.
Boss Nass? No. George Lucas. George Lucas is who I'm talking about. Anyway, hi folks, we're ready to pop off Islam Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are going to, speaking of Star Wars, we're going to watch, you okay? We're going to watch.
That's not right. It's my job to make fun of that goiter.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so we're going to jump in and watch it's not really a teaser, not really a trailer, but it is a little behind the scenes thing for Star Wars Resistance, which is the upcoming animated show on Disney XD. Mm-hmm. Now, we've watched one of these already, which was about Team Fireball.
Yeah.
This one is called The Aces, so I'm guessing maybe this is the other side of that coin.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get to see some of the more villainous characters, or at least some of the opposition here.
I'm excited.
Maybe I could be all wrong about that.
Maybe.
But we're going to watch this and see, and then we're going to tell you what we think about it, which is what we always do. And then you're going to jump into the comments and let us know how wrong we are, which is what you always do. No, they don't really do that. No, not usually.
We usually have some pretty nice people.
Exactly.
Thank you for being so nice.
Exactly. So we're gonna jump in and do that, and then you do your thing, and then we'll all be happy. Here we go.
The Aces are a group of pilots among the best in the galaxy.
There are 5 of the top pilots on the platform who are hired to protect the base.
All pilots to your station.
That platform thing is really kind of a cool setting.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
when there aren't any threats, they just race for fun. They have competitions to see who's the best racer.
They each need to look visually distinct.
Everybody needed to have kind of their hook in their own droids and ships.
You might see the hotshot pilot. There's more to them as a person.
Hey everyone! Very good, Kasuda. Now can we fix the gravity generator?
Tora Doza, who's the daughter of Captain Doza, she's a very gifted pilot. She's the youngest as well.
I'm Myrna Velasco. I play Tora Doza on Star Wars Resistance. She has this sense of childlike wonder, and she loves her friends and family with just this deep dedication. It's all just friendship and love.
You get her into a ship and man, she will just blow you out of the water.
She is a competitive force, but because she is a little bit protected by her dad, what she's looking for is a set of friends. And she finds a true friend in Kaz.
They're just two kids trying to figure out the world, and I hope that audiences can really see that friendship. Nobody survived racing against me, but who knows? Maybe you'll be the first to walk away.
Yeah, second place isn't that bad. I mean, it's not first. Not everyone can be hype.
That's Hype Faison, one of the best pilots on the platform.
I'm Donald Faison. Play Hype Faison. Great.
It's one of the few times I've created a character around the person. I had met Donald a couple times. He is a huge Star Wars fan.
Here's your character. His name is Hype Faison. Say it again. Hey everybody, look who it is. Oh, you know who it is. Hype is the best pilot on the platform. He's a little cocky. He's a little full of himself.
He's got a lot of sponsors on his ship and on his uniform, so you can kind of get that straight away. He's just in this for the glamour.
But then you start to see he actually cares about his fellow racers because they all play a part in what's going to happen in the future. Ace One to Squadron, light him up!
Griff is the cranky old man.
It's been too long since we've seen some action.
Hi, I'm Steven Stanton, and I play an ex-Imperial TIE fighter pilot by the name of Griff Halloran.
He's got a lot of his old original gear. It's all fallen apart at this point. He's just got this modded out TIE fighter.
He's a little rough around the edges. Griff's not a guy that you want to cross.
Everyone leaves him alone because he's just kind of the broody guy who just is in the corners there.
He's still out there looking for that one last great battle.
I'll have to bring her in manually. Follow my signal. I'm Mary Elizabeth, and I play Freya Fenris.
Freya's interesting because at first she comes off a bit icy and cold.
I don't think she's ever smiled in the show, but she's very much like, I'm just gonna get my job done.
Competitive, hyper logical. If you can't hack it on the team, she's not gonna give you the time of day, pretty much.
But also probably the one you can trust the most. She's gonna be the one that's gonna get your back.
They're breaking off the attack!
Then you have Bokeeble, who is really fun because he's like the evil Knievel. He's the stunt racer.
Sort of this mysterious character.
His ship it's got 4 wings. It can go into any configuration possible. He usually crashes it.
He tends to crash a lot because he's always pushing it to the edge.
Part of the fun of this show is getting to know each one of these characters.
At this point in time, war hasn't really taken place yet. Everybody's trying to find what position they're going to play.
They're all reluctant resistance members. They didn't want this. It's sort of been thrust upon them because of the First Order.
It just allows you an opportunity to explore this point in time with something that no one's seen before.
You're asking, like, what's gonna happen next? Oh my gosh, I didn't know that about them.
10-year-old Donald would love this show because it's about pilots, racing, it has espionage in it. It's like everything that you've ever wanted in a Star Wars television show.
Okay. Yep. As I said the last time we watched one of these, I am prepared to really enjoy this. I like that last little stinger that we heard there. It's everything you could have wanted in a Star Wars television show. It's not everything you could have wanted in a Star Wars cartoon or animated program or anything like that. But the thing is, so much that we're going to be seeing in these animated episodes is stuff that really can't be done live action quite as well. So being able to tell these stories this way, I feel is really innovative, and I'm actually very excited. Now, these were not villains. These are
I was wrong about that.
Yeah, so these are more people. So it's interesting that they're going to have such a large cast. Now, Rebels had a cast of about 7, and with some rotating like characters kind of coming and going, but really the main core was 6 or 7 people, or 6 or 7 characters, and this looks like it's already got about 10 big characters, or at least 10 characters that we're going to be following and learning more about their lives and how they're going to be fighting, the First Order in this time frame in the Star Wars universe. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's looking really good. I've said it before. I've said it on the last video. If somebody is not watching these animated programs, they're really missing out on a lot of canon.
Yeah.
And if they have negative things to say without watching it, that's also probably not the best foot forward as far as just even experiencing life. So just, give it a shot. If you don't like it, that's fine. If you don't want to give it a shot, that's your choice.
If I recall correctly, Donald Faison is such a fan that at not D23, it may have been the one before that, but at some point when they were promoting the last season of Rebels, he was in the crowd calling out questions for Dave Filoni from the crowd, and he literally asked when he was going to get to be a part of something.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just as cool as a Doctor Who fan like Peter Capaldi getting to play Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Very cool that a Star Wars fan like Donald Faison or like Sam Jackson would get to be in Star Wars. That's always a cool story.
Yeah, well, nice to be able to say, hey, I'd like to play a character in that, and get to.
Now, Steve Stanton...
I'd like to play a character in that. Is anyone listening?
Yeah, now Steve Stanton, who we saw there playing, is it Griff? Is that what this is? We know him for playing, he voiced Tarkin for Rebels.
Oh, okay.
And I believe he also voiced Tarkin for Rogue One.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
wow, very cool.
So, and he's done multiple voices. He does AP5, the droid in Rebels as well. So yeah, he's familiar to Dave Filoni and his team for sure. So that was pulling in an old friend, I'm sure, for that.
That's awesome.
And who knows who else will get in guest roles and that kind of thing to do voices. That'll
very
be fun.
exciting.
Yeah, so I'm excited. It's cool to see that this is a different setting, that it's a different group of characters,
Different motivations.
different motivations. Yeah, and then it's not during a time of full-on battle. That it's the First Order's building in the background, but that's not really the main focus. Now, it may be that this is one of those shows that builds over time to
something big.
But I like that we're starting out in this place where we get to know the characters and hopefully care about them before we get to anything big.
Yeah.
That's really what Rebels did for us. By the time that we were done with the first season of Rebels, I was invested in them as characters. And then when we started to get things like confrontations with Vader or confrontations with Maul, that it mattered more to me because I liked those characters and I didn't want to see them go.
And it was such a delight to have them, just like a wink and a nod to them and their characters in, what was it in Rogue One? Not Rogue One. It
What?
was in. No, it was Rogue One.
What were you talking about?
Where they were announcing overhead.
Oh yes, yeah,
Yeah.
in Rogue One.
It
Yeah.
wasn't Rogue One. It was just delightful to hear
we
them.
we saw Chopper.
Yeah.
We heard them call for Hera or for General Syndulla, and we saw the ship.
Yeah. We saw the
Ghost.
ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I love that. I do love the continuity. I just hope they don't overburden this with continuity right off the bat. I hope they let us get used to the characters.
Yes.
And I do trust Dave Filoni and his team to give us something good.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to giving this a shot.
Me too.
Anyway, the real question is, what do you think about it now that you've seen it and watched it with us? What do you think? Jump into the comments below and let us know. And if you don't like this, if you're not excited or whatever, you have negativity, that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. Just don't be hateful to anybody else in the comments.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
Be nice.
Yeah, play nice as always. And we'll always play nice with you as well. But we love having discussions with you, so do that down there. And if you like this video,
Hit that thumbs up.
and consider subscribing to the channel. We love it when you do that. If you're already subscribed, hit that little bell icon, and that'll help you be notified the next time we drop one of these things. Until the next time, may the Force be with you.